Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today we are going to be playing with Logbait. However, I realized that a lot of you guys are stuck in Midladder, so I wanted to show you guys how you can win with Logbait in Midladder, especially if you have 0 evolution. So while I do have all my cards level 15 here, which I realize some people may not have, I do have specifically no Evo slots selected, so you guys can learn how to win with Logbait with no Evos and a Midladder as well. We're in the 8,000 trophy range, so most of Midladder can be found around this trophy range, even a bit lower. The decks are about the same, so hopefully you guys can learn a bit from this, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy. But in the first game here, we're up a decent amount of damage. He has a very interesting deck, as all Midladder decks are. We can go Inferno Tower like this to activate King against the Firecracker, then we can go Gang Up High to take out the Firecracker once it's already activated our King Tower. It's okay to take a shot of damage there. I could have gone Ice Spirit. However, because he just went so much elixir at the bridge, I know he's going to take a lot of damage in return. Exactly, yeah. He's literally just giving up his whole tower, because one of the things with playing Logbait is you need to know when to give up some damage. And in that case, he literally went 9 elixir at the bridge, and so he really had nothing to defend the Goblin Gang, and it looks like he gave up here already, so I'll see you guys in the next match. Alright guys, we are in the next match here up against Thick. He says good luck. He also has a level 14 Princess Tower, so we can go with an Inferno Tower here on his Hog Rider. He's probably going to have mostly level 14 cards, which will obviously be nice for us. He probably does have evolutions though. If he's playing a normal deck, it's probably Firecracker. Okay, it could be Hog 2.6, I suppose. Okay, no, it's good. It's probably going to be the Firecracker version, maybe with Mighty Miner. I'm not sure. In any case, okay, let's just go with a barrel here to force out the log, and then we can go in with a gang on the Tesla once he logs. Exactly. Now he doesn't have log for the gang. The reason I did that was to force out his log so I could go in with a gang. If I went in for a knight, it wouldn't have been as effective because the Spear Goblins wouldn't have been shooting it. Okay, unfortunately, I do have to go for a pretty late Inferno Tower here, just because if I don't go Inferno Tower, I would have taken at least 3 Hog Rider shots on my tower, and I really didn't want to do that. Plus, his only win condition in this deck is Hog Rider, so defending the Hog Rider with a little bit more than 4 elixir is okay. I can just go Princess here to activate King Tower. Well, my Princess will end up dying. It's definitely worth getting the King Tower up. Okay, never mind. He has a level 14 Firecracker, so I guess it doesn't even matter. Let's go gang like this so we can't log everything again. Always good to place your gangs in a specific way that if they have a small spell such as Rage or Zap, they can't hit the gang plus something else. So like if you have an Inferno Tower down or something and they have Zap, you could go gang way over to the side here so they can't zap both things. Small things like that can help a lot. We can go barrel the back here so we can't put anything like in the front. He's probably just gonna... Okay, let's go Inferno Tower. Yeah, he misses the log, so we can just go Princess the Bridge here. And yeah, we basically took his tower right there already. Bad Firecracker because his tower is already dead. We can also log to make sure to keep this Princess alive. Nice. You guys always want to be ready with the log, especially if they have things like Goblin Gang, Goblins, Skeletons, anything like that, because if you log early enough, you can actually keep your Princess alive. And keeping your Princess alive is sometimes one of the most important things you can do when playing Logbait, because if you have like 3 princesses on the board, for example, that's so much DPS down on like everything they play, because the princess is just constantly splashing. So sometimes you want to just try stacking up princesses. In this case, it doesn't really matter though, because we already kind of won the game pretty early on. I'll see you guys in the next match. Alright guys, we're in the next match here up against Stevmeister. See what he's going to be playing. This time he does have the level 15 King Tower, so should be kind of spicy. And by the way guys, when you're playing, if you're underleveled, if you have no Evos, if you're playing in Midladder, any of the above what I just said, if you on a checklist, if you check mark one of them, you want to play super defensively. A lot of times at top ladder, I'll go Princess the Bridge first play, and it ends up being a decent play because they can't punish it too crazily. However, in Midladder, you never know what to expect, and if you're underleveled, you could just get completely destroyed because your defensive cards aren't as helpful. So a lot of times I like going Princess the back, first play or just playing super defensive until I know what deck they have. For example, this deck, it doesn't seem like he has a zap or any reset to the Inferno Tower, so I can start going a bit more aggressive because I don't really know what he's going to be able to do yet, and it seems like he already gave up. By the way, guys, even if it looks like it's a really hard matchup or if you're down a lot, never give up, because I've had so many games where it's like I'm down by so much, but the opponent just gets so aggressive at the end because they know they should win and they just want to get it over with, and they get too aggressive and end up losing. So never give up, guys, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, guys, I'm not going to lie, these opponents were a bit easier to defeat than I anticipated. I thought above 8,000 trophies we'd maybe get to double elixir, but I guess we'll see if this opponent can take me to double elixir. He does have the Pancake Tower troop, which I guess maybe more mid-ladder players have. Usually on Path of Legends I don't see much of this. So we'll just go Goblin Gang the bridge here. I'm not quite sure what his plan is. Okay, he does have a Evo Firecracker here, so should be interesting, but luckily we do get some nice damage. Okay, we can go barrel. Unfortunately, we don't have Inferno Tower in hand, so kind of an awkward cycle. Okay, really bad Knight, though. I'm going to go Ice Spirit just in case he has Zap. If he doesn't have Zap, it's 1 elixir wasted, not a big deal. If he did have Zap, it would have saved us from losing the game. Sometimes it's necessary to take small precautions like that, because, for example, if he did Zap and I didn't play the Ice Spirit, if the P.E.K.K.A. did get a shot on the Inferno Tower, we could have just lost the game right then and there. And it was only 1 elixir wasted. By the way, guys, if you didn't know, obviously a lot of people play Mega Knight in mid-ladder. If you go for a card somewhere right here in the middle on the Mega Knight, and then right when it's about to jump to your tower, place a card down here, it'll jump to this card and activate your King Tower. So if you guys want to try practice getting your King Tower up against the Mega Knight, it's very useful in mid-ladder, I feel like, because a lot of people use it. Cycling log is never a bad idea if you're playing really defensively. And never get too aggressive, guys. Like, for example, even if you're like, the tower is at 600 HP and all you need to do is a little bit of damage, don't just spam the bridge and risk losing the game, because if you spam the bridge and they somehow defend, then you're all of a sudden at risk of losing. If you play defensively like you have been the whole game, then chances are you're not going to lose because you're just going to keep on defending. Alright, let's just go Inferno Tower here on defense, but it looks like we've already won. Unless he has Lightning or any crazy card, I don't think it's over yet. We could just go Princess here for the Witch Skeletons. And, wow, he's really stacking everything up here. We can just go in for a nice rocket. That was not a missed rocket, guys. I meant to miss the Witch just for fun, you know. I like missing the witches just for fun. Alright, well, yeah, it looks like he has nothing, so I'll see you guys in the next match. Alright, guys, we're in the next game here up against a Donna. Looks like they have level 14 Princess Tower as well, so... Guys, a lot of times in mid-ladder, it seems like the opponent has either a super expensive deck or gets really aggressive for no reason. So, as I said, play defensively. Okay, this started off looking like it was going to be normal Logbait, and then he pulls out a Witch, so... Start off playing really defensive, because a lot of times they use so much elixir they can't defend. Like, for example, if they go for a P.E.K.K.A. and then a wizard behind it, and if you can defend with an Inferno Tower and then Knight on the wizard after the P.E.K.K.A. is dead, then you're already up, like, what, 4 elixir, plus you have a Knight on the board. You can get some counterplay in. Alright, let's just go Knight here, because I don't want the Spear Goblins to turn into piggies. Mother Witch is quite annoying for Logbait. Okay, let's log this, I guess. Okay, decent log. We can Princess down low as well. Mother Witch is very annoying because of all the... Okay, let's go Ice Spirit. Ice Spirit does jump on the Mother Witch, luckily. Let's go with a barrel as well, just to hopefully force out something nice. Okay. Skarmy is kind of annoying because it does full counter the barrel, but he did kind of mess it up, so that's nice. Let's go Gang. Then we can go Knight here for the Spear Goblins. And he might go Mother Witch on the right. Okay, he's just going to go regular Witch. Interesting. He has, like, no elixir, though, so I'm going to go Princess the Bridge because he doesn't have Skarmy. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do. He's going to Princess. Let's just log the Princess immediately. Get the Knight to the tower. And then, just like that, guys, I can Ice Spirit so we can cycle the Gang for this. And, I mean, just like that, guys, we already got so much damage on his tower just from playing the defense game. I basically waited 2 minutes, and he finally overcommitted with a witch on the right. He had no elixir left to defend my push of a princess at the bridge. He literally had no good cards in cycle for that princess, and look at how much damage we got. Alright, I know he has Scarmy in cycle, so I'm probably going to go with a barrel here, and then I'm going to pre-log the Scarmy right now. He has recruits. Okay, it's a fun surprise, you know. Love to see recruits, but hey, it's the mid-ladder experience, man. You never know what you're going to get. Can't throw a fit, though. And boom, look at that. We can Ice Spirit as well. Oh, I didn't even think the Spear Goblin was going to live. Wow. It's Inferno Tower on the Mega Knight here. Uh-oh, the Mega Knight's going to jump to the Princess. That's really funny, but it's not really going to do too much because of the Inferno Tower, luckily. And, by the way, guys, level 15 Rocket does 541, so he also just gave us a free one there on the Witch, so good game, and I'll see you guys in the next match. Alright, guys, we're in the final game here up against Mr. Haminator. This guy does have level 15 and Dagger Duchess, so this could be a true mid-ladder menace player. I guess we'll have to see. By the way, if you guys like this video, don't forget to tell me in the comments, or at least if it was slightly helpful for people who don't have evolutions but want to learn to play Logbait. Okay. So he has Goblinstein. Let's go Princess down low. Okay, I can also go Ice Spirit up high here for the minions real quick. And just like that, he went in with 10 elixir at the bridge there. And I spent, what, 10 defending it, but I have a princess. So he did get some damage, but I do have a free princess on the board here that he now has to deal with. Okay, he does have recruits. Let's go gang, barrel, and then knight. Nice, he does defend the barrel. I was worried he was going to ignore the barrel and go something else crazy. We do have to go princess. Okay, recruits is a very hard matchup for Logbait because it's very awkward to defend the recruits. And it just feels like the recruits always get damaged no matter what you do. However, because he's underleveled, we may be able to win this one. We'll have to see, though. Dagger Duchess does also make it much harder, obviously, because Dagger Duchess is the tower troop that counters Logbait the best, because you get like 2 shots with a Goblin Barrel before it completely dies. So you want to only go in with your Goblin Barrels when you know you can get away with it. Like, for example, there was nothing on the board I could get away with it. If you go with a barrel while defending, trying to make them defend or they'll take a bunch of damage, it's not going to work because all you're going to get is 2 shots on the tower. So you can't go for an offensive Goblin Barrel when you're trying to defend. Unlike other matches where sometimes you have to go for a barrel in order to stop them from spamming the bridge. You can't do that against Dagger Duchess. You need to know when to go in with your barrels. Okay, we can Ice Spirit here because that was a really far back barrel. Then we can Goblin Barrel the back. Hopefully get a guaranteed few stabs. Okay, nice. So we can Knight Goblin Gang. That was a really bad Knight Goblin Gang, though. I didn't think he was going to recruits that far back. Okay, let's go Princess here on this set of recruits. And we can also go ahead and log right now. Hopefully hit the Firecracker, Ice Spirit as well. And we can get a Knight up here. Okay, he does get 1 charge. We can gang down low. Get a second Princess down on the board. As I said, stacking Princesses is one of the best things you can do. We can Ice Spirit here in front just in case he goes for something on it. I just want to keep protecting the Princesses. Okay, we can Knight here. Okay, the Knight was a bit late. Okay, good Evo Firecracker. We can gang to snipe that down and then barrel immediately for a Barb Barrel maybe. Okay, there's the recruits, but if he goes Barb Barrel... Okay, he goes minions at 0, so he doesn't really have enough elixir to back these recruits up, which is quite nice for us. He does have Barb Barrel and cycle. Okay, bad Sparky. We can just Knight. I'm going to be completely honest. I forgot this guy had the Sparky. Okay, he's getting desperate now. That's another tip, guys. A lot of players in mid-ladder, if they don't get damage when it comes down to overtime, they start getting desperate and super aggressive for no reason. He literally just went Sparky minions the bridge for no reason. And just like that, guys, he just completely forgot about our Knight and we took his tower on the left. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.